Hello everyone, my name is Anthony. I've been on the channel a couple times in the last couple years trying to get my channel going. Um, right now this video is just some of the tips and tricks I've learned through the years about addiction and sobriety. So when I began my sobriety, and I wanted to and I made a conscious decision to not want to go back to that life. What I did was, is number one, I tried not to use no matter what. Another few things I did was is I separated myself from the people that I used to use with, and even family. A lot of good friends of mine I don't even talk to anymore. It's not that I don't love them, care about them, or anything. It's just that me and their life style are very different, and I just want something more for myself. And it's not like they don't want more for themselves. It's just they're on a different path. So that was one of the biggest um, things that I did early on, and that I still do. Another thing is I really tried to get into different programs, voluntary stuff while I was upstate, and you can do this out here too. Um, Find a church group, find a support group, make new friends. That's the biggest thing, because really, if you go around people that are using, and even though they're not using in front of you, you can tell they're high, and that causes cravings, and that just causes more trouble in the end, where you build up your own power, you know. So when somebody comes up to you later on and says, hey, you want to use, you can say no. It's not like you stayed in that environment and weakened yourself down to a point where you use. So it's just finding different people, finding good friends. For me, advocacy worked for me. I like to talk about reform laws that should go in effect to straighten out society. Different ways that we can cure this addiction problem all across the board. Nobody deserves to be addicted to drugs. Nobody deserves to get the things that happen to them while they're on drugs. But in the same sense, it is our responsibility to stay clean, and do the things that we need to do to stay clean and to improve our life situation. And just really figure out what your core values are, what you believe in, and compare it to your addiction and what it's like what it's like when you're addicted to drugs. What are your values compared to when you're clean? And really start looking at some things as blessings. Like sobriety for me is one of my biggest blessings. The new friends I have is another blessing. What I did was I tried to educate myself in every angle possible about drug use, what they do to, how they affect my body, and just keep an open mind. Try things that you're not comfortable doing. For me, my education came first for me because I wanted to learn. I wanted to get my high school equivalency diploma. Um, Another thing was is I joined church groups. Now, not everybody believes in God, whatever. That's up to them. But find sober people that can empathize with you. Find sober people that have been there in your life, that knows how addiction is. And just try to stay as positive as you can, as difficult as it is, because it's hard. I still have a negative attitude sometimes and have to remind me how far I've come. Because if I don't remind myself how far I've come, then I could easily slip back into the old lifestyle that I didn't want to be in the first place. I've done a lot of embarrassing things in my life because I was so high, and just it's just a horrible, horrible lifestyle. It was for me. And part of that is just making yourself believe that you're in a new life. Consider your old life. That was me a long time ago. And for me, I don't look at myself as a drug addict anymore. That's just not who I am anymore. I've been sober and clean for so long that I appreciate waking up every day, not needing to jab myself with a bunch of needles and go out and do shady shit. It's just not who I am. And it's been a difficult road for me. And it's like a barren wasteland. That's how your road starts. But then as you come down that road of addiction and sobriety, when you pass into sobriety, you start to really live. You start to really feel just start to feel better about things going on. You don't have a chain telling you that you need to use or else you're not going to feel good. I got on Sublocade, which has been another blessing for me. That medication I take once a month in a shot, and I don't think about using. I don't think about going out and getting anything, and I'm not in a hurry to get off. Eventually, someday, I will get off of that medication, but for right now, while I'm still skill building and learning myself and learning how to navigate through life without drugs, I'll probably stay on the Sublocade. Now, I just wanted to come out, and I haven't made a lot of videos in the last year. I apologize for that. I've actually become complacent as well. Not complacent enough to slip back into addiction, but complacent nonetheless. And I'm going to work on making more videos, especially about the Sublocade, sobriety, the laws I'm trying to help these advocacy places pass, like the Treatment Not Jails or the Community Not Cages or the Less is More Act. These are the things that are going to make our communities safer and better. My opinion about jails and prisons is they're a waste. They're an expense that doesn't lead anywhere. Like, when you pay for something, you expect to get what you paid for. And with prisons and jails, the communities aren't getting what they paid for. It leaves people in dead ends in their life, and it's just not a really, it's not productive. What we need to do is turn these places into treatment centers, connect people with other people that have gone through what they've gone through and made it through. And these resources all don't cost anything. There's lots of people volunteering to help other people stay clean. So there's no reason to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars when you've got a lot of people out there that will do it for free. And in jails and institutions, they've gotten nobody really anywhere. When I went to jail, I actually had to work on myself without any of their help. They have no counseling services. Their psychiatrists are no good. And really, they're not helping anybody. When they get back out, they get thrown back into the community that they had the most trouble in. And then they get beaten when they, try and fail. And the major problem with addiction is resources. When people start losing resources, they start to feel alone. That's when they're using. But when they have people around them that care and love them, and they have things to do in life, people stay clean. I'm an example of that. And that that's just some of the things I work on, and it's been really important to my recovery. So get involved into something, even if it's making coffee at the NA meeting or opening the door and greeting people. Get yourself to a point where you can say, yeah, addiction was a problem, but it was a problem with the person I was, not the person who I am now. But I'd like to thank everybody for watching my videos and giving me support on this channel. Please leave in the comments what I should do next, what things I can talk about. If you guys are struggling, tell me what you're struggling with. I'll look into it. I'll do some research and try to figure it out, and I'll make a video on it. So long, everyone. I hope you guys are doing well. Have a nice day.